Hi and welcome back. Guess what's been overdone? This is less than 2 weeks. Now they are a little bit dry on the edges because of this heat. We're going to go ahead and remedy that and then cut them up and put them in the freezer for future meals. And then wait for the second flushing. What do you do whenever it's 110 degrees outside? Answer? Anything inside with air conditioning. We're going to go ahead and make some tuna salad and some egg salad, and we're going to go ahead and stuff those in tomatoes and avocados, and that's going to be dinner. Okay, so since these were outside, there's going to be a whole bunch of ants and bugs on them. Okay, that's actually a natural process. Ants like to steward fungus. If you have a lot of ants in your yard, that means that there's a lot of mycelium in your yard and they are tending to it. Now, this would not bother me if I was not highly allergic to them and their bites. So as soon as we are done with taking these mushrooms off, this thing's going to go back outside. Sometimes you can pull them just like that. Sometimes you have to cut them off. Now, I do believe that is all for the first flushing. That's a lot of mushrooms if you think about it, of the weight of the mushrooms versus how much the kit costs. And I'm going to get double this easily. It just may be a little bit too warm for mushrooms. Now let's go ahead and get all the bugs off my counter and quickly put this back outside. Now for the mushrooms, okay, you do want to rinse this off, but we're also going to go ahead and soak this to rehydrate these. That will not hurt the mushroom because we're going to go ahead and chop this up and put them in the freezer. Or if you really want to, you can continue dehydrating these, make this into mushroom powder. Okay, and in order for this to rehydrate, all you have to do is rinse them. Okay, leave the water on them. They will soak up the water and rehydrate themselves. If you have to do it more than once, do it more than once. Tuna salad is actually really simple. All it is tuna. I'm going to do all 3 cans. Mayonnaise, some pickled stuff like relish, peppers. I've gotten some onions out of the garden. We're going to go ahead and cut some of that up and use that. Now for my green onions, now for these green onions, these are the flat leaf Chinese parsley or Chinese onions. These are the Chinese flat leaf onions that I have growing out in my garden. These are the ones that keep growing and growing and growing and multiplying. And I will never ever have to worry about onions and chives again, ever. Unless something drastic happens, like the whole thing dies. But I started those plants from seeds about 10 years ago. I've lost a few along the way. I do believe that is its third place in my garden that I have transplanted it to, and it has come up time and time again. I think I only transplanted those, what, 6 weeks ago, maybe? And they're already coming up. I'm going to go ahead and put these into a separate dish here, because I'm going to be using this in both recipes. Like I said, tuna salad is really, really simple. Now I've already started filming the black garlic, and we'll do weekly updates. There we go. First you want to drain the cans. I mean, not everybody has access to fresh tuna, you know, straight from the ocean. I was hoping I was going to be able to do that this year, but my money needs to go elsewhere this year. So we'll go ahead and tuna and sharkfish at a different time. But go ahead and get your strainer and strain it. Get everything out. And you're going to let that sit in the sink until we get everything else ready. About 5 minutes. You want this pretty dry. Okay, you want to stir it around a little bit. Make sure everything gets evenly spread to drain evenly. And just let drain for a little bit. Now if you take a look, I only rinsed these off not too long ago and they're already perking up. Nice and rubbery. These are ready to clean off and chop up and put them in the freezer. I like freezing them. I have canned them before. They don't turn out as well if you can them. Not these type of mushrooms. Regular white button mushrooms work well, but oyster mushrooms do not can well. It's best to either freeze or dehydrate these. Yeah, it didn't look like a lot on the bucket, but once you process it and actually take a look at what you have, it's a lot of mushrooms. That is about 1/3 of a gallon, and that's the first flushing. All right, now that we have everything drained, let's go ahead and put it in the bowl. Now for this, we're going to add about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I usually eyeball it. And get it everywhere. It's hot. but it should be moist with the mayonnaise, but not overly soupy. So about like that, because you're going to add other things to it. Okay, relish, sweet relish or dill pickle relish, whatever your taste is, it doesn't matter. And for this, that's what, 2-3 tablespoons, however much you think you're going to want. We're going to sprinkle in some of this onion. Oh, and by the way, you know all that garlic that we dehydrated? I filled up my jar. Add some of the garlic powder. Okay. I also like to put a little bit of paprika. Gives it a little bit of a heat, not much. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and open up what I canned earlier. These are pickled peppers, pickled bell peppers. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add some of the pickled peppers. I'm going to drain some of this off. Just a few, because there's, whenever you pickle bell peppers, you really have that bell pepper smell to it. You don't have to use mayonnaise for this. You can use sour cream, cottage cheese, but since I am actually trying to stay away from dairy, mayonnaise is going to be my go-to. You're going to take your tomato. Going to take the core out. Now, even after you take the core out, we are still going to go ahead and take the top off. Put that aside. We're going to go ahead and hollow out the tomato. Now you can add the middle of the tomato into with the salad, or you can save it for something else. And just hollow it out a little bit. Now, if you want, you can save the seeds too. These will actually grow. And then stuff your tomato. You can actually put cheese on top of this and then brown the cheese and let it melt over the sides. or use Parmesan cheese. Whatever you prefer. Put the top back on. And let's go ahead and get the other one done. You can use tuna, which I'm doing right here. You can stuff this with, you know, the egg salad we're going to make. You can stuff it with any type of cold salad, because you're going to put this in the refrigerator to chill for a few hours before you serve. Okay, and with any leftover tuna salad, you can go ahead and put it in the fridge. Add it to salads. You can make a sandwich out of it. Anything that you wish. It's high in protein. The next one we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do egg salad. Here we go with the eggs. Now, my sister says just use potato masher. We can. But have you ever tried a potato masher on a whole egg? It's quite difficult. So what I'm doing is I am cutting this up into more manageable pieces and then using the potato masher. Okay, you want to get this all nice and in pieces. What a potato masher does is it makes it into squarish pieces. And you really don't want any big chunks in there. Now I've got a dozen eggs in here because I want to put some of this in the refrigerator for lunches. And if there's a few of the big ones left, go ahead and just cube them into smaller pieces. Be easier than trying to smash it all. Okay, so for now, for my egg salad, I'm going to go ahead and use my sweet potato stem relish that I made last year. You could, like I said, you can use this as a relish for any of your future recipes. I like it in my egg salad. Again, we're going to go ahead and put some mayonnaise in here. Now for this, you may need to add a little bit more than a half a cup, probably about a cup, because the yolks will soak up some of this. after that is integrated, you want to add some mustard. Now you can use any type of mustard you want. I like the regular yellow mustard, but if you want stone ground, you can add that. And about 3 tablespoons. More if you like the mustard taste. And then we're going to go ahead and add the sweet potato relish. Now remember, this is fermented, so this is actually a dill type of relish. I'm going to drain this, and we're going to add the entire jar in. Add your onions, your garlic powder, and your paprika. Don't forget your salt. Even though the relish has some salt in it, you still want to taste and add salt to your liking. And there we have egg salad. And we're going to stuff an avocado with this. And the avocado that we're using is going to be one of the big avocados that you get at the store. Okay, and no need to hollow anything out, but if you want, you can. Okay, and all we have to do is add the egg salad and refrigerate. Like I said, with the other, just like the tomatoes, if you want to add cheese on top of this, you can. But I am trying to stay away from dairy, because dairy has an inflammatory effect on my body, and I feel it every time. So I try not to. But then who can resist cheese? There we go. And put the rest of this away for lunches. Okay, and there we have lunch and dinner. Or just dinner, depending on how hungry you are. We've hit a heat wave. Don't know whenever this is going to end. It's supposed to have a feels like of 118 on Tuesday. So stay hydrated, stay indoors, stay cool. If you can have to go outside, don't forget your sunscreen, even if it's to walk to your car. Thank you. You have a good day, and we'll see you next time.